Good morning, everyone. Good Monday morning. It's an extra good Monday morning today, right? Hope you all had a wonderful Easter. I did. It was great. We went to church. We had my in-laws over for breakfast, and then we went up to my aunt and uncle's for the day, about an hour and a half away. So it was a good day. It was nice and relaxing, and very tired. Very, very tired, but it was a beautiful day. So, what are we going to talk about today? I don't really know. I think we're going to. It is snowing right now, April 18th. I know we're in Wisconsin and this isn't abnormal, but we've had a very cold, just dreary spring so far. We've had a couple good days, but for the most part, it's been cold. It's been rainy, which is good. I mean, I'm not complaining about that because we do need the moisture very badly. But it's just been a blah spring so far. For the most, as a whole, I guess. And I really, really, really need to get some stuff planted in the garden. This year, I do believe I talked about it recently in a video. Sorry, my voice is, we kind of had little colds this week. I'm pretty much over it, but my voice is a little bit froggier than normal. Hold on. But anyway, so this year we are doing a CSA garden. If you don't know what CSA is, it is it stands for Community Shared Agriculture. And what it is people will buy a share and of whatever you're offering. So we are offering fresh fruits or fresh vegetables and fruits when we have them. If we have some available, we have we have raspberries and strawberries and grapes and apples and pears. And so depending on the yield, because you might have those available too. But mainly it's vegetables. So you get a share of whatever the farmer is offering, and that share is, worth a dollar amount. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. That's the worst when you feel a sneeze and just doesn't come out. That was the worst part of my cold. Was the sneeze that wouldn't come out. Anyways, okay. So, and so it's worth a dollar amount, and you have it, you pick it up every week. So you get a box of fresh, whatever they're offering every week, and it ends up being a great deal for the customer and a great deal for the farmer because they get guaranteed money, and it's easier than going to a farmer's market having to do that. I shouldn't say that. It depends on the person. Some people it's easier to do a farmer's market than it is a CSA. But anyway, so the gist of it is you pay for your fruits and vegetables up front, and then you get a box every week for X amount of weeks. For us, it's going to be 20 weeks. And we have 10 shares this year that we were doing. So far, I don't have quite all 10 shares sold. I could, but I'm waiting on a couple people that are going to be purchasing. But I should be at around 10 shares total. I do have a couple half shares in there that add up to more than 10 people. But anyways, so long story short, I need to get some stuff in the ground. I have my seed starts are incredible. I have my basement. I have a shelving unit with grow lights, and I have tons going there. In fact, I am running out of space, but again, it's too cold. I can't put stuff in the greenhouse yet. Our greenhouse is not heated, and it's too cold. So we are kind of like struggling. Like I'm repotting, or my peppers and tomatoes because they have got to go in something bigger, and I don't have room. I have to repot my celery. I have to repot some of the cabbage. But once you start doing that, then you start running out of room. I need to, and then so like my onion starts went wonderfully this year. This is the first time I did them. Oh my gosh, never going back to not doing onions. So easy. You just have to make sure you start them early, but gosh, it was easy. And leeks, same. So those can go in the garden right now. I can start spinach. I can start lettuces. I can start radishes. Those should have been in the garden by now. Radishes, beets, peas. They can all be in the garden. So that's my goal this week. Is to get. We've gotten one small garden. That one is ready. I just have to do a little bit of row, making the rows, and or the beds, not the rows, the beds. And so I'm going to try to do a permanent raised bed in the garden. If you don't know what that is, look it up. There's not going to be walls or anything, but you essentially like build up the soil to make a permanent raised bed. And so I have to build those. No, hi, I'm still milking. Go away. Go do your thing. No, he likes to lick your face. And I know he's just been eating cow poop, or horse poop. Dogs are gross, like that. Go on. Anyways, so I need to get those going this week. I do have some hoops that I can always put on the rows if it starts getting cold and put plastic up. But that is my big goal. We have 3 gardens, and Mike has plowed under all of them. And today we'll finish up the big gardens, or we'll work on getting the big gardens ready so I can really start going. Which normally, sorry, he's gonna bump this camera. This is gonna be a little wiggly. I apologize. No. I know, I love you too. Go away. I'll give you love and later when I can pet you. Normally I'm not really starting anything this early, but I need to have food for my customers come June. So June's crops are going to be a lot of lettuces and stuff like that in the beginning. But anyways, so that's exciting. To get in the garden already, I just wish Mother Nature would cooperate a little bit and warm up. So we'll see. We also got a new horse this weekend. Very unexpected, not anything. It was not a planned thing. So long story short, my cousin had a horse that needed a new home, and we have 2 horses, and we have a mini pony. And the mini pony just doesn't get used. He's a very, very good little, well-trained little guy. He rides and drives, and but he just doesn't get used. He's too small at this point. Our 6-year-old can ride him, but she doesn't. She'd rather be on the bigger horses. So we only have 2 that horses and 5 people in our family. So we were kind of like, toyed with the idea of getting another one. Preferably, we were hoping for like a bigger pony size for the kids. Hold on a second. Let me go give her a green. Okay, now I feel bad. I had Lincoln's remote to his training collar in my pocket. I accidentally shocked him. He's been a little bit naughty. He's a Australian Shepherd, and he herds, and he does a really good job, but he's still learning, and he's been a little naughty with the horses, trying to herd them when we don't want him to, and barking at them, and we don't want them to get like mean with dogs. So he usually responds just fine to the beep or the vibrate. We don't usually have to use the shock part. But I forgot it was in my pocket. Hi, buddy. That's probably why he's like up my butt this morning. I probably was beeping him, not realizing it. I didn't. Anyways, so we were looking at thinking. We were just in the thinking process or stages of getting a small horse, big pony type deal, but dang, our horse is expensive right now. You know, you know. And then houses are expensive. It's great when house prices go up, so do horse prices. So we were whatever. Anyway, so this opportunity came along, and we debated because they're hay burners. They give us pleasure, and that's it. And we just have to dump money into horses. Really, they don't give you anything back. You don't get a return on your investment. So is it a wise investment? Financially, no. No, they're not. Um, but not everything has to be a financial wise investment, right? If we enjoy it, enjoy them. It's good to invest in your, mental and emotional health as well. And we really do get a lot of enjoyment out of having horses. We don't get to ride as much as we would like, but our neighbor has a lot of land, so we can ride on there when we are able to. So we had this opportunity to get this horse, and we didn't really know much about her. We do, but nothing. She's completely unbroke, 12-year-old horse. Well, lo and behold, she's a good 14 hands high, 14 to 15. So she's a decent sized horse, but she's beautiful. She's a quarter horse Arabian mix, Korab, they call them, and very, very beautiful horse. A mare. Again, we are not the biggest fans of having mares. They're moodier, they can be, but not all. So we're hopeful that she'll be really good. She does seem sweet, but she's very timid. She doesn't have a ton of handling. So she's not completely wild, but she won't exactly come up to you, So it's a little bit of a chore to get her caught and stuff. So we are going to take her to a trainer. We're going to work on a lot of groundwork here. There's things that we have done with past horses we can do, and we are going to sell our little mini horse, miniature pony, and hopefully use funds from there to help, pay for hay this year and help pay for training. So that's exciting. The kids are excited. Again, we don't, since she is green means, she's unbroke. And she's unbroke, and then when she does get trained, she'll still be green horse. She'll be probably one that I will ride for a little while because I'm more experienced. And hopefully, eventually, she'll become a kid's horse, but can't just stick a kid on a newly trained horse. I did, back in the day, I used to show in 4-H and stuff, and I was riding my grandparents' horse all the time. I rode. I rode all. They lived very close. It's like right. We were at the top of the hill. They were at the bottom of the hill. My parents bought land from them, so I would just ride my bike over there all the time and ride their horse. So I do have a lot of riding experience, but with kids and being an adult, you don't have as much time to ride as you do as a kid. So it's been a while since I've had a lot of hours on a horse. We go, anyways. So that's something new, and hopefully it works out well. What else is new? I don't know. It's pretty, just kind of a wait and see, or waiting type of thing. We've got a lot going on though. Like I've got a lot of homeschool stuff going on right now. We've, excuse me. And some of my kids and some of the subjects are finishing up. My oldest will be done with his math this week. He's super studious, really, really good at it, and he's really excited to finish up. And but then we're like starting a new science unit, so I'm prepping that, and we are going to actually do school all year long. We're going to do it through the summer, just a couple days of math and language arts, so that we don't, have to to catch up again come September, and well, that's our plan. So we're gonna have a very busy summer with the CSA, but I figured just 2 days a week we should be able to manage. Just science, just math, not science, just language arts, just math. I think we should be able to handle that. Or I should even say 2 lessons a week. So maybe not necessarily 2 full days, but just 2 lessons of each a week. Um, yeah, so that throws a lot into there. Homeschooling is wonderful, and I love it. You've grown to really love it, but it's a lot. I'm thinking about today. I've got to keep repotting. But we also have chiropractic appointments. We have homeschool. We have I have to get that science unit done. I have to, I have just a laundry list of things, and yeah, a couple hours of homeschool in there does affect it. But Mike does have today off. His workload, they just had a day where they did not have something for him to do. Doesn't happen often at all, luckily, but that'll be nice. He'll be able to help me out. So he's going to get a head start on those gardens and making the beds, and hopefully we'll get some stuff planted. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's like planting so early in Wisconsin. Usually, so our first frost date isn't, our last frost date isn't till the end of May. So normally, you're planting a lot of stuff till May, but hearing things like someone's coming, like a kid is going to come in here. Not that it matters. So I don't normally plant for a while. But there's so many things that can be planted, and the nice thing is we get ahead of the weeds. The weeds aren't coming up yet. So this first planting, I should be good with weeds, which is really, that's really exciting to have. Not have to worry about weeds as bad. We're still learning about. I've been gardening for years. Gardening part, but the market gardening is new to us. Doing a garden that will also provide for other people, and we can. I preserve, good 700-800 jars every year or more, and so making sure that we have enough and giving to them, their fair share for the week. It'll be interesting. There'll be a lot of rotational gardening for us, which I've done some of. I'm familiar with it, but again, it was just for us, so I didn't have a need to have, lots and lots and lots of lettuce going available all the time and always in rotation and everything. For this year, we will. And like when I did my peas and they were done, I always had the intention of throwing something else in there when they're done on that, in those rows. Well, I never did. Well, this year I'm going to have to, do that for planting early cabbage and late cabbage and, that type of stuff. So it'll be really fun. There's a lot of things I know we're going to have to do differently next year, but we're going to make the changes that are pertinent this year to get a good start. And to make it as stretching. She does a good job and doesn't knock me over or knock the bucket over. But there's some management things that I know I want to change as far as how we till and everything like that. But I need to learn more about it, and I just need to accept that I can't do everything the first year. I want to get a good grasp on the rotational part and the permanent raised beds part, and stuff, and the good watering system using drip tape and stuff, and really, really focused on doing that this year. And in the future, we're going to hopefully go to some, not necessarily completely no-till, but a different till approach. Anyway, so very exciting stuff. I'm super excited to learn about that, but I also know it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be busy, but that's all right. I'm hopeful that it's going to be really successful, or I'll really enjoy it. But that's the whole point of this year, is that if I hate it and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not for me, well, then I know it's not for me, and then I have to rethink my life. No, just kidding. Then I just have to, reevaluate. So, this is kind of just a chatty one, because honestly, I'm not going to lie, I came out here this morning and I was like, and then I'm like, oh, it's Monday. I got to video something, so I didn't have anything on my face. I don't care. Whatever. It's Monday. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope the weather is good for you wherever you are, and you can enjoy spring, and get outside. If you're in Wisconsin like me, we're supposed to have a good day. I think tomorrow's supposed to be decent but cold. Sorry. Wednesday's supposed to be rainy. And but Thursday's supposed to be nice, so let's hope. We have a Bible study. We're getting back. Took a little break from our Bible study and getting back into it. And this Thursday, let's go to the park. So fingers crossed we can go to the park. Thank you for watching, and for the conversations we have in the comments. Those are fun. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope it's great weather and you have good health and all that good stuff. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.